parameters as final, but why don't we do this in Java also? Well, that's why we have the book like Effective Java, right? Now, it's kind of interesting to think about Java itself when you say, here is Java. Would you hire anybody, by the way, who has not read Effective Java, right? That would be like your first interview question, right? Hey, dude, do you program in Java? Yes. Have you read Effective Java? No. Well, here's the door, right? So you want to make sure they read Effective Java. But I'm sure you have wondered one day, if Effective Java is such an important book to read, why don't they fix Java to be effective? Well, actually they did. But when they got it done, they called it Scala, right? So a lot of things, as you can see, is fixed the nice way because that's the way it should behave. So they took a lot of these recommendations and worked on it, as you can see here. Okay, that's great. Let's talk a little bit about essence versus ceremony. Now, what is ceremony, by the way? Ceremony is what you have to do before you get to do what you really want to do. And ceremony is boring. Ceremony really is tiring, right? You're like, I would much rather be doing that, but I have to do this because that is ceremony. Well, let's think about some ceremonies for a minute. Let's talk about Java for a second. Has anybody had a chance to teach Java to anybody here? Have you done that before? A few people raising their hand very quietly. That's okay, be brave, right? We all have taught Java to a few people around, right? Okay, so you decided to teach Java, and your audience is sitting in front of you and saying, I want to learn Java, but is it hard? And you said, no, Java is very simple, because every book written on Java says that, right? So it's got to be simple, right? So they say, well, if Java is simple, can you teach me something simple? You say, don't worry about it. I'll teach you something very simple. How about a hello world? And your audience is immediately like, cool, I want to learn hello world in Java. You're like, let's do it. And then you said, let's get on to it, right? And you said public. Excuse me, yes. What is public? Well, you don't need to know that right now. Okay, and the student, notes down loyally. Public, no need to know that right now. And are we doing hello world? Absolutely. Class, excuse me, what's a class? You don't need to know that right now. Okay, fair enough. Hello world. And there's a glimmer of hope in this person's eyes. Yes, we have hello world. And then you put this curly, like, what now? Right? Then you said public, and immediately the person looks at the notes. You don't have to know that right now. Awesome. Then you said static, and that's it. Is that something I don't have to know also right now? And the person is very nervous right now, right? Because I've seen 5 concepts I don't need to know right now, and this is somehow supposed to be simple, right? Now, this is called ceremony, right? Ceremony is where you do stuff you don't have to do before you get to do what you really want to do. What do you really want to do? Print hello world. Why are we not printing hello world? Why are we writing all of these stuff? Oh, let me explain to you why. That's because the JVM wants a class that has a public static void main. But that's JVM's problem, not your problem. And Java says, I'll make JVM's problem your problem. Scala says, I'll keep the JVM's problem, and I will not put it on your face. So why not simply say, hello world over here, and be done with it? So notice in this case, there is no ceremony associated with it. You say,